Hello, everyone. My name is John Lee. I'm the founder and CEO of H2O Hospitality, one of the largest hospitality tech company in Korea and Japan. So today, I'm gonna explain about the term digital transformation. So the term digital transformation has been overused in many different industries, and the meaning of it and the outcome of it has been all over the places, which is very sad. And I'm gonna explain today how H2O utilized digital transformation to revolutionize the operation value chain of hotels. And hopefully you enjoy how we came up with our product. So let's start off with how it all started. I graduated Cornell Hotel School, and then I became an investment banker afterwards. And Cornell Hotel School has a global leadership conference every year. And I was actually there to listen to the industry leaders about what they were thinking of about present and future of hospitality industry. So I was at the event, and I actually went up to a lot of the CEOs of global hospitality companies. Because I was not part of the industry, I went up to a Marriott CEO asking about what's the difference between you and Hilton, or what's the difference between you and Hyatt. Ironically, the most word that came out of the answer from these guys were digital transformation. But unfortunately, none of them actually could define what digital transformation meant for their hotels. So I'll be super clear. Digital transformation should not be your action. It has to be the purpose of it. It has been, first you have to think about what problem that you're solving through the digital transformation. So for example, hospitality industry, we had two largest problems for decades. So first, we had a old-fashioned manual-based operation. The second problem, which is a distorted power dynamic between the online travel agencies and the hotels. So how we approached the digital transformation was initially figuring out the problems these hotels had. So the first part that we were trying to fix was how should we automate most of these manual processes? And the second part was the distorted power dynamics between these OTAs. And hotels were heavily dependent upon these OTAs in terms of the transaction volumes. And the reason behind this was OTAs not sharing the guest data to the hotels. So how are we resolving this problem in the industry, right? So the initial aspect that we approached was we laid out all the manual processes that hotels already had. And we tried to figure out why hotels could not bring the data, the guest data, from the OTAs to hotels. So if you look at it, most of these processes are through manual aspects. If you go to a hotel, you go to front desk, you write down all the your personal information, right? Even though you write down all the personal information at the online travel agencies like Booking.com or Agoda. So there's a discrepancy between these OTAs, what they receive, and what hotels are being provided to. So what we're trying to do is we try to automate a lot of these processes. For example, the reservation department in hotels, over 80% of their job is actually to receive the reservation data and keying that in under the ERP system called PMS. And a lot of the inventory, the room blocks, the ADRs, the average daily room rates, are all manually decided at the moment under the reservation department, sales and marketing department. And we wanted to automate sometimes all of those processes. And the second part that we were focusing on was how can we actually bring the data control from the OTAs to the hotels. So a lot of hotels, global hotel companies, actually try to get inside the customers, the guests' own smartphone. So they try to put kiosks, they try to put tablets, they try to put third-party smartphones inside the room. They actually try to make you download an app, but they all failed. And the reason they failed was because nobody was using it. The usage rate of these applications are still below 5%, which means hotels are losing 95% of the customer data. So what we thought of was, how can we actually get inside the guest's own smartphone without actually making them download an app? So we came up with a solution, a firmware that does not require you to open the door by downloading any apps. And the second part was we wanted to utilize a chat app. Every one of you here at least have one chat app that you use, or WhatsApp, Kakao, WeChat, whatever the chat app is. And we actually utilize a chat app to book a hotel and open the door, go to the KYC process, check-in and check-out process, and the usage rate went up to 90%, which means hotels can fully control their own guest data, which means they can become more sustainable. The value proposition of digital transformation has to be based on numbers. So we have been tripling, as soon as H2O jumps into a hotel, we have been tripling the direct booking volume. We've been lowering over 50% of the operating costs, and we've been increasing revenue. So how we do it is, most of the costs that we lower it is OTA commissions, sales and marketing costs, and the revenue by diversifying to different sales channel. And because hotels fully control their guest data, we can literally individually target each individual guest to promote more retention of it. So from hotel perspective, like, you have to use this, right? And this actually allowed us to become the largest hospitality tech company in Korea and Japan. Our yearly revenue went from $4 million a year to $100 million a year within 3 years. So, thank you. So we have been receiving a lot of accolades from public and private sectors, and we are trying to expand globally now. What H2O is trying to do is not to become a franchise hotel or not to become another OTA or a sales channel. We truly believe that how we operate hotels should be the future of hotel operation value chain. And we are trying to become the market norm of how hotels are being operated. So hopefully, eventually, the students who learn about hotel management go through the Hotel Digital Transformation Academy that we operate. So from the early standpoint, you can process whatever the future of hospitality goes. So hopefully you guys had some learning about how you should utilize digital transformation. And thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me after the presentation. Thank you so much.